All right, what is up, everybody? What is up? We are live here from the After Review Studios. Joining me for this wonderful Thursday before Super Bowl, my Backyard Bookies co-host, here to break down all the Super Bowl bets, my man Scott. Scott, how is it going, brother?
Do that. I was watching the stream on here.
Oh.
I mean, it's going well. Didn't do well in the college picks, but I can bounce back with one more football game this year and hopefully win something. I don't know if we've come to a on what we want to do for my punishment, but thinking about doing a beer mile. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm excited to do some Super Bowl betting and some prop bets, and I'll say my my prediction for the game and my over under. But I know you got a big one coming on Saturday, so you can leave yours for then. But yeah, pumped up.
All right, let's hop into it. All right. First one, I mean, if you want it, we could just tackle the game right now. Line has been sitting at 1.5 for the Chiefs pretty much since the open 2 weeks ago. Did dip for a half a second there, dipped down to 1 and then went right back up to 1.5. Some money moving it. Now there's a little bit extra juice getting that 1.5 at minus 115. You can get the Chiefs minus 105 at that spread. So what do you think about the number?
I mean, I think it's about right. I mean, this is a pretty, I'd say even Super Bowl here. Obviously, I think the Eagles are much better team, but this is the Chiefs here. They've done this back to back years, won back to back years, so they've been there. Obviously, the Eagles have too, but they have that sour taste in their mouth. But I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs are probably favored for a reason. I think if you're a better going into this game and you're like, should I bet the Eagles? Should I bet the Chiefs? I mean, for me, it's like you almost have to go in betting the Chiefs because if you don't, you feel like an idiot. They've won the past 2 years. I think I want to say last year I bet. I didn't bet, but I picked the 49ers, and the year before that I picked the Eagles. So I'd be pretty stupid this year to pick the Eagles again, 3 years in a row. So for me, I'd probably take the Chiefs here. I'm hoping for a low. I think for over under as well. I think 48.5. That's tough because it's sitting at just at 7 touchdowns. Obviously, there are going to be some field goals too. But I don't know. I feel like in the NFL, there's a lot more going for it on fourth down. They don't kick the field goal, from 25 yards anymore. They go for it. If it's like 4th and 3, they're going for it. So I think a lot more touchdowns in this one than field goals. But I don't know. I think the under is going to hit this year. I know it's been last year was 38-35, I believe. No, what?
Oh,
Wasn't I
well, we
think it
got
was
an
30.
overtime too, so we
Yeah, we
did
got
get
an
a full
overtime as well. But I
overtime
mean,
with
yeah,
some
but
points.
at the same time, that's still over 70 points in a game. Super Bowl the year before that was a lower scoring game with the Niners and Chiefs. But I don't know. Defense for the Eagles is pretty good. Chiefs is pretty good. Chiefs playmakers aren't quite as good as they've been the past few years, but at the same time, it's still Travis Kelce. They have Xavier Worthy. They have Hollywood Brown came back. They have D Hop. Um, so still got the playmakers. They had a week off, rest the legs a little bit. Eagles have a great offense. They're going to run the ball, obviously with Saquon and I don't know. For me, I still think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. It probably be around in the 40s, but I think it's going to be just under 48.5 for me. So I don't know. I've been pretty bad lately, so probably don't take my
Advice on this:
take my
just
word,
fade
but
Scott. We're fading
yeah,
Scott this one.
just do a full fade on me, and you're probably going to come out with some money. So um,
I think if you're betting the Eagles in this game, just bet a money line. Like if you think the Eagles are gonna win,
yeah,
just get them plus 100. Like I don't need the one and
without
a
any
half.
money.
Like just take them. I don't. What's the 1.5 gonna do? Like maybe we get a 1 point Chiefs win and you cover and they don't win outright, but more likely you're just gonna get the outright win. I like the over on this one. I waffled back and forth a little bit. Um, I think my original reaction was 27-24. I've bumped it up to 30-27, my final score for this one. No spoiling who I have winning this one. That's for tomorrow morning. But yeah, so I think we're gonna see a little bit more points. I like the under in the can we get a halftime? Let's get a halftime under here. Like
Yeah.
I would be looking at that because first quarter 0-0 seems to be what happens in these Super Bowls. You get a 0-0, you get a 3-0 game like that. Now, the last time these two teams played, they went straight down the field. They both scored touchdowns right on it. So I don't know. I just think defenses go out the window a little bit in these kind of matchups. Let's move on over to the juicy stuff. Let's just hop right into MVP because MVP is a fun one. It feels like Saquon Barkley's the best bet here at plus 260. If the Eagles are going to win, Saquon Barkley's going to win the MVP. I really don't see Jalen Hurts winning the MVP unless he has like a 253 touchdowns. You get a bunch of tush pushes here, something weird like that. But Mahomes at plus 120, like, I guess that's okay. But you got better odds just betting on the Chiefs, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for the most part, it's been like it's been a quarterback, MVP the past few years. I know Von Miller won way back when.
We've had some defensive guys.
We've
Like
had
defense
some, we've had
isn't
some, but
super slept
it's
on.
primarily quarterback here. But we got a playmaker with the Eagles, Saquon, who's just, it's also his birthday. We haven't
It's his
talked about that. It's his birthday on Sunday. Guy's gonna go crazy. I can imagine he's gonna have 2 touchdowns if they get to the 1 yard line, he's probably going to get a couple of those, taken away from him with the tush push. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I think his over under passing yard is like 210. So I don't think it's going to be a passing game. If he's going to win, it's going to be his legs that's going to win him the MVP. So yeah, 350 is kind of, I don't know. I'd probably take the Saquon 260. I know the Swifties out there will probably take Travis Kelce plus the 15. But that's probably not going to happen unless he just has an absolute, 10 catch,
Yeah,
170-yard, 2 touchdown
two
game.
tutties. Yeah, which he
Catch the
could.
last. He
He
could. He
could.
very well
He
could.
empties the tank. The Eagles aren't great against tight ends, so that's potential. I was kind of, if you wanted to get real spicy here. Now, unfortunately, the flu seems to be going around the Eagles locker room. Jalen Carter at plus 7,000, man. Not the worst case. If Eagles play great,
Could have 3 sacks, forced fumble, scoop and score.
and play an
Something.
under game. Play a 20,
Exactly.
21-20 game.
I'd like to. I don't know what Von Miller's stats were when he won the MVP, but if he has something similar to that and it's a low scoring game, then there you go. I mean, that's a recipe for either him or Cam Jones, but
Or I don't.
yeah, Chris Jones. Sorry,
I don't think Chris Jones is going to be able to
probably
do
not.
that.
Probably not. But if he kind of is a wrecker, then potentially probably not. But
We've
very
seen
very
Jalen
long
Hurts
shot there. But
do those things where he's like, I'm gonna drop backwards and let a defensive tackle just sack me, and maybe he forces the fumble again that somebody scoops and scores. So I don't know. Well, Vaughn at least had 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles at least in that game. I think he had 4.5 sacks. I want to say in that Super Bowl, just something ridiculous. Xavier Worthy probably not. AJ Brown. Devonta Smith
they have to go
or
absolutely crazy. But on top of that, that's also stats for the quarterback. So on top of that, that's going to be stats for them. It's going to make their odds go a little higher. And in Super Bowl 50 is 24-10, low scoring game. Let's see what Von Miller had here. If I can pull this up.
how about sneaky Dallas Goedert leads the team in receiving? The Chiefs are bad against tight ends. Goddard puts up a $150, 2 touchdowns. But again, Hurts probably gets a stupid tush push in there to give him the MVP. It is just so hard with the damn quarterbacks.
Yeah. Also, like with the Broncos winning that year, Peyton Manning was absolutely trash. Mm-hmm. As we know, he was at the very end of his career. Could barely throw the ball. He went
his body, his neck.
He went 13 for 23, 141 and a pick. And C.J. Anderson had a touchdown, 90 yards. Like, if they win the Super Bowl, who are they going to give it to? They're not going to give it to him. They're not going to give it to Peyton Manning. It's 141 yards, so they have to give it to the guy with 2.5 sacks. So, I mean, these are 2 pretty good offensive teams here we're talking about. They're going to put up stats. Hopefully not too many points because obviously it just took the under. But I don't see a defensive player winning, but
Maybe. I mean, maybe if we get
potentially,
to
I don't know.
that, like if Jalen Carter scoops and scores, has 2 sacks, scoop and scores, and we play 17-14, like we
Right.
get a really, which I agree. I don't think we're going to see with the Chiefs, even though we've had some of those weird ones where it's like number one defense, good offense, and the number one defense just annihilates good offense there. That was kind of like the Broncos Panthers Super Bowl. Let's see. Dom says, I think the Chiefs might do a good job limiting those big runs. I think Jalen Hurts for MVP because I think the Eagles win. I could see that. You slow down Saquon and it's kind of all on Hurts. They just dare Hurts to pass. Imagine George Karlaftis. There's our real
I mean, that's a Chiefs guy. He's going to get
Yeah.
the sacks. So that would be the guy. It wouldn't be Chris Jones. It'd be more Karlaftis. You could even get a pick six or something and a couple sacks
True.
and
Good
get
athlete.
it done.
He gets the scoop and score on it. He gets the scoop and score and he gets a pick six. 2 defensive
I mean,
touchdowns.
these are all very, probably not going to happen. But if a defensive player is to win, that's what has to happen. So
Yeah, that's true.
Karlaftis and Jalen Carter would be the two, or even like a Cooper DeJean gets a pick and he gets a punt return.
He runs back a punt. Is he punt returning? Maybe he runs back a punt. We haven't had a punt return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
What do you got on Cooper DeJean on the?
Let's
on
see.
the
Exciting white Cooper DeJean. Is he even? Oh my God, I don't even see him over here.
Is he even on there? Yeah, he's
got
plus 20,000.
I mean, that's pretty much
20,000.
everybody. Yeah, Carson Wentz is plus 20,000. Mahomes goes down. Wentz comes in, wins the game.
Mahomes goes down in the first first play of the game. Rolls his ankle again, and Carson Wentz comes back.
We'd literally have to chop off Mahomes' ankle. Oh,
yeah, given what Carson Wentz did in Week 18, I can probably go ahead and say he's probably not going to win the MVP. So
your money is better spent just being set on fire.
Just give it to a homeless man or something.
Or just, you know what? Buy a lottery ticket. Buy $100 worth of lottery tickets if you want to drop 100 on Carson Wentz. Let's look at not game props. I want to go with not squares. Can I go? Let's look at touchdown scores. Touchdown scores, good one because we got everything. First touchdown score, Saquon plus 450. I think that's probably a decent one. Jalen Hurts plus 600. If you want to get spicy and go with the Chiefs, I kind of love Kareem Hunt at plus 900 if you think the Chiefs are going to score first, but they tend to start maybe a little bit slower. But Kareem Hunt's their run guy, especially in the goal line. They're not going to run Mahomes ever. Xavier Worthy on an end around maybe. But I do love 2+ touchdowns. I don't think DraftKings had it, but FanDuel had it. You could bet Saquon and Jalen Hurts either or for 2+ touchdowns. And it was like plus 280 or something like that. So
I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty good one to put on. I mean, you either got a tush push or you got, Saquon breaking a big one and doing his thing. So, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, plus 275 for 2 Saquon touchdowns. That's crazy to think about how low that is. Minus 195 anytime touchdown score, Saquon. Like, Saquon is going to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's a lock.
Free money.
Minus 120. I mean, they're guaranteeing a tush push here.
Like I said, it's his birthday. Of course he's gonna get a touchdown. Come on.
I mean, sometimes guys play bad on their birthday. I don't know. Saquon feels like the guy's gonna play good on his birthday.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I don't know. First touchdown score obviously mostly depends on who gets the ball first. So we're going back to the coin toss there.
I mean, we could see some defense. We could see some defense, Scott.
True, very true. But I think you even said a few nights ago, normally the Super Bowl's typically high scoring. I go 48.5 is pretty high for an NFL game when you get close to a 50. So I don't know. I think each team, if they have the ball, first possession, they're going to score. I think there's probably I feel like there's going to be a field goal first, but just me. That's another prop bet, but we can look at that later.
First score, field goal. How about the what is it? It's like minus 170. A touchdown under 1.5 yards. So a 1 yard touchdown's like minus 170. Yeah. We didn't have it last year, but I think we've had it 5 out of the last 6. And obviously, Mr. Tush Push himself, a lock. The problem is the Chiefs. Like, the Chiefs aren't doing that from the 1 yard line. They're not getting there. I don't know. Maybe they just hammer Kareem Hunt, but it would have to be an Eagles bet on that one, I think, if they're going in. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Let's see. What we got? What we got? Saquon for 3 touchdowns here.
Ooh,
1,100. I mean, not awful.
not awful.
Jalen Hurts had 2 last week. 550 is not bad. I mean, he's gonna run. He's gonna run. You know, in the fourth quarter, I feel like I'll have my list of props that I kind of am looking at, but I think there's going to be a lot of running in the fourth quarter. So I can see a Jalen Hurts touchdown in the fourth quarter, or even a weird Patrick Mahomes scramble or something. But I think Jalen's going to have a few on the ground. It's not bad.
I love the Mahomes over rush yards, over carries. Like, we're going to see Mahomes running again. He knows it. It's the last one. Dom likes Dallas Goedert or Devonta Smith first touchdown. Pretty good. Plus 1,700 and plus 1,900.
And Jay likes everybody. So yeah. he's a winner, you know? he's picking everyone. So I love it.
Anybody just score, you win at least once.
He's going to win something.
He's going to lose money. He's going to lose money.
Jay is so rich if everyone scores.
Super Mike. I'm sure Casey gets a PI, sets him up at the end zone at the 1. True, but how are they going to score from the 1? I mean, they're just going to hammer Kareem Hunt in there, I guess, 4 times. Try. Mahomes on a Xavier Worthy jet sweep right there. Money. It only takes 1 to be a winner, baby. But you lose.
I do like Goddard though. I like Goddard scoring here. He's been really good the last few playoff games. Getting the ball a lot. I want to see. There's also another bet. I think it's on ESPN bet. Players to catch a ball on the first drive. I think Dallas Goedert and Kelsey are both about even money on that. I think those are pretty good bets. They've definitely been catching the balls on the first drive. I know for sure Goddard. I'm not sure about Kelsey. I think he had a slow start last game. I'm pretty sure, but
against the Bills or against the Eagles? Last Super Bowl.
No, last week.
Last week. Yeah, he was awful last week, but big in the Super Bowl last year against San Francisco. Like, not big catch, first play, like first pass went right to Kelsey. Like, they love setting it up. All right, we're getting Kelsey into the game early. In this one. I also
like this bet. This is an interesting one. It's 26 and 25.5 is the number. It's jersey number of the first touchdown scorer. So if you got below there, you have both quarterbacks. You have pretty much every receiver, right? You got AJ. You have Devontae. You have Worthy. You have D Hop. You have Hollywood on there too. And then if you go above that, it's Saquon. Saquon is the guy there. If you want to go over Saquon, and then you have the tight ends. Kelsey. Yeah, Goddard, Kelsey. I think Kareem Hunt's, is he over 20? I don't know what's Kareem
27. Hunt's. Is he 27?
I think he's 27, so he's in there too with running backs. I don't know what Pacheco's 10, so he'd be under on that one. So
you get most of the defense.
Running back.
Most of the defense.
Yeah, most of the defense is going to be unless you have
some people have it. Some places have it at 15.5. Some places have it at 15.5. So everybody Mahomes and under. So you do get you get a couple of secondary guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at on ESPN bet. The over is 25.5.
Yeah,
25.5 plus 105. Plus 105 is over. I mean, if you're looking Saquon there, if you pick, take a Saquon and a first touchdown scorer, get them both.
Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna take the over on that, you might as well just take Saquon.
Yeah. But take Saquon first touchdown scorer. Add that. It's just free money at that point if you're gonna win. I like that. All right, everybody. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Like the stream. Helps us out in the algorithm a ton. Let's see. Hammer the Kareem anytime touchdown lock. I like Kareem. Underdog Saquon to have the longest rush of the game. Definitely parlaying that with a 0.73 bonus, so not so much payout, but I think it equates to minus 170. Betting the Eagles. Plush is betting the Eagles. Bet them straight then. Bet the Eagles straight. Passing totals, Mahomes 225, Jalen Hurts 200 on DraftKings right now. Do we think Hurts gets over the 200 mark?
I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe I don't know what he's done in the past couple of games. It's been a lot of his legs,
He
but
was over, so it was 128, 131 in the first two games, and then he was like 240 something against Washington. It was his first time he's ever thrown for over 200 yards in a win. I know that. I don't think he had thrown for over like 160 in a win.
let's see what we got here. Game
Super
log.
Mike, Super Mike likes Hollywood to score. That's probably good money right there because Hollywood.
Yeah, so he had let's see, in NFC Championship he had 246 against kind of a softer
bad.
Commander team.
Yeah, bad Commander.
In a blowout as well. 128, 131 in the last two playoff games, Rams and Packers, and then I just see a lot of hundreds on here in the regular season. So I think it's kind of a toss up, but I think he's going to go under. I think it's going to be a lot of handing the ball off. So
Yeah,
we got a guy. They got a guy named 26 that's going to be toting the rock. That's we all know that's the game plan. So,
but Kellen Moore might forget to give Saquon the ball. We've seen that before, where he's just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna try and throw a 6-yard pass on 3rd and 7."
Like even looking at attempts here with the Rams, he had 20.
Well, that was a blizzard.
Packers, he had 21.
Yeah,
and
the
then
Packers game was the weird one.
So, I mean, if you're only throwing the ball 20 times, you're averaging just over 10 there to get the 210. So it's a lot of deep shots, a lot of yak. So
and
I don't know. I don't like 210.
It's kind of inexcusable with Jalen Hurts. Like, you have an elite offensive line, you have great weapons everywhere, 2 top 30 receivers, a good tight end in Goddard. That's going to be the key. A.J. Brown's probably going to get taken out of this game. We've seen him disappear, and Trent McDuffie's probably going to be tailing him around. They're probably going to make sure he is out of this game. So Devonta to have a big game or Goddard to have a big game, I don't hate. Mahomes, 225. We liking the over there for Mahomes?
Well, I think his over's higher than that. I think it's around 250.
You get him at plus 250, minus 123. There you go.
I think his over-under, I think, is around 250.
Yeah, 250. You can get him at plus 123. There you go.
So I kind of like the over in that one. But
yeah, they don't run the ball. Kansas City doesn't run the ball at all. Yeah. Like, they average 100 yards a game, and the Eagles only give up about 100 yards a game. So I doubt we're going to see 100 yards unless it's all Mahomes running. I like Mahomes rushing over.
Well, even just going back to the total attempts, and like I think in the last Super Bowl he had over I think he had over 40 attempts in that one, and over 300 yards. Last game he had, Buffalo was an interesting one, but 26 and he had 245. Houston was kind of a weird game, 25 attempts still, 177. But then like you look in the regular season, I think he had over 35. That's one more prop that I had too. I think it was over 30. 35 and a half attempts was the spread for his attempts, and I think he covered that like 12 out of 16 games he played in the regular season. Obviously, it's a regular season, completely different.
35.1 on the regular season.
That's so crazy.
Right there.
Yeah, 26-25 in the playoffs. I think he throws a lot more in this game, but
it's also indoors in a dome. Like they play 2 outdoor games in cold weather Kansas City. I think that is another factor you got to look at. Mahomes is undefeated in a dome. I saw like ATS. He's like 14-0-1. I think he has a push in there. So pretty good. What's his completions at? Yeah, 24 completions for Mahomes, 18 with a little less juice for Hurts. 20, you get a little juice on that. Look at touchdown.
Interesting one I had too. I was watching Pat McAfee show.
Okay.
And this was an interesting one. Both to go over, Jalen and Patrick, 4th quarter rushing yards. I know definitely there's always that one scramble that Patrick's going to have in the 4th quarter. Weird, heroic scramble he's going to have. He had his high ankle sprain a couple years ago.
One leg just runs for 30.
One leg got 22 yards or something like that. He had that I'm pretty sure he had another one in the Super Bowl before that. His over-under is 4.5. Obviously, if he doesn't have that heroic scramble, and they're winning, we are taking knees into account here. So that kind of sucks. But 4.5 for Patrick, 6.5 for Jalen. I think Jalen will get 6.5 in the 4th quarter. Like that just seems like a lock to me, but obviously there's no locks in gambling, but both over in rushing yards in the fourth quarter just seem like they're gonna hit. So
This by quarter. They only got first quarter listed here on DraftKings. They got to get it over there. But yeah, let's just move on over to rush yards. What's Saquon at? Like he's at
I think he's on 112.
12 and a half. Yeah, 112 and a half. He's sitting at I think that's probably the right number. I don't think Saquon has a huge day. I think he's probably around that 115, 2 touchdown mark, 117 and a touchdown. Maybe if Kansas City has a breakdown on D.
Total. Yeah, I guess that's about right. It says 124, but that's the numbers are a little different. But yeah, I think it's around 112ish or something like that.
Because the Chiefs fans have been telling me how good their run defense is, and it's been a little bit worse in the playoffs. And it's like, well, it's only a couple of big runs they gave up to Joe Mixon and James Cook. I go, guess what? A 25-yard run by James Cook is a 65-yard touchdown to Saquon Barkley. That is the problem there. He's a lot harder to tackle, and he's a lot faster. So that's where they could be going up against it, where Chiefs get gashed for a couple of big plays, and then Saquon cruises to an over then. If he 150-yard run, and Saquon's pretty much a lock for over 112, I would imagine.
And he's also broken two big ones last two weeks. Obviously the first play of the game last game was a 60-yard touchdown, but even the game before that, I think he had a 50-yarder. So one big one, you're cutting right in half. You're halfway there to that number. So cuts one big one and could happen. So I kind of like the over. I think he's going to get the ball a lot, but
this is Saquon. It just sounds like we're just all Saquon, just all Saquon, all his overs. He'll hit everything, and the Eagles still might lose this game. They still lose this game with that.
Yeah, no, you still lose the game. That's probably what's going to happen. He's going to go crazy, and they still lose the game.
Nick Sirianni's going to go for some stupid fourth down instead of kicking a field goal. They're going to run like a tight end shovel pass or some shit. What about Kareem Hunt? 40 is like 45. It's looking like extra juice on 50.
Yeah, around 40, 45, something like that. I don't know how many rushes he's had the last few games, but it's been pretty much split with Pacheco. Pacheco's not getting the ball quite as much. His number's only around 22-ish, so let me take a look here.
Got Mahomes, probably 7 rushing attempts for Mahomes. That feels like an over. 9.5 for Hurts. That feels like an over.
I mean, Kareem Hunt had 17 last week.
Okay. Different.
He's around double digits. So he had 17, and then he had 8. 64 last week, 44 the week before that, and then carries were kind of down, and 2 regular, like in the Chargers game, only had 5. Pittsburgh only had 9. But then if he gets over double digits, he'll get his over. It's looking like so.
Even with that Philly D, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. With that Philly run defense. I just think they might. I mean, they're gonna try and run. They gotta try and keep them honest.
Yeah. They have to start. I mean, they're gonna have to try at the beginning. If it doesn't work, then it's gonna be a Mahomes throw session. But
can I bet like a missed field goal on Jake Elliott? Feels like Jake Elliott's missing a kick in this game. Kicking points 7. I kind of like that. I don't hate that 7. It's over 8 for Butker, but Jake Elliott's at like 7. So if the Eagles score, 2 touchdowns, they kick.
I mean, like I said, I feel like teams nowadays don't kick as many field goals. If it's like a 20-something yarder and it's like 4th and 4, they're going. Like it's not what it used to be. It
does depend on the game. It depends on what the game is looking like. If points are at a premium, like if we're in the second quarter and it's 3-0 or 7-0, probably going to kick a field goal just to get on the board because points could definitely be at a premium in this game. It's not like where it felt like, if this was like Buffalo and Detroit, there's not a single field goal getting kicked unless it's 4th and 15 everyone's just going to try and score a touchdown. Little different, I think, with these two.
Yeah, I mean, like also the Chiefs, they're obviously like during the year that they were undefeated, and you know they were saying all the pundits were saying this team isn't even good. Why are they winning? It's because they control the game. They know how to control the game. That's what they're going to do. So it's not going to be just a score fest. I feel like it's going to be the Chiefs trying to control the clock, control time of possession, run the ball, dump offs, end rounds. They're going to do their little trick shit probably too. It's going to be them trying to control the game. So yeah, there could be a lot of field goals. That's just how the Chiefs do it. They don't typically they don't cover spreads and they win the game. They just win the game in the last possession, and that's how they get away with wins. So
They surprisingly weren't that bad against the spread because I think Vegas adjusted and they kind of just barely gave them points out there. Everything was a one-score game. I do love the over on fourth down attempts. I don't know what it is, but both these teams do go for, I think it's like 6 in the game. I like the over on that. Number 2 top teams to go for it on fourth downs. They're the 2 highest success rates on fourth downs. So not only do they go for it, they get it. So
not only that, it's going to be tush push. We're going to have 1 or 2 of those. That's going to be a fourth down. And Andy Reid has some kind of fourth down play,
of course,
Rolodex that he has. So they're going to go for it.
And I'm not going to put any stock into like the Chiefs stopping it. Like the Bills just ran fucking quarterback sneak against them. They didn't run the tush push. It's a little bit different. It's a lot of bit different than that piece of shit stuff that the Bills ran. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat a little bit. Telling you, Chiefs going to dial in, stopping Saquon so much their game plan is going to make Jalen pass because he doesn't get enough respect. True. Mahomes has been a check down king this year. Fair. Let's see. Every week I talk myself into doing Barkley under because the line is too high and I get burned by it. It's like the Ashton
I've seen that guy on BR betting. He does it every week and he's gotten burned too. Every week. Every single week.
With that being said, he will be doing Barkley under, AJ Brown over. Are his favorite bets this week.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. Goddard looking good. Under 48.5 on the total. 23-25 weird ass score. Yeah, Super Bowls tend to have weird ass scores sometimes, especially if we're going to see 2-point conversions. I don't know if we're going to see it 2 though. Brain says Eagles wing, but Mahomes black magic is hard to bet against. True. At least we haven't gotten the full, it's completely fixed. This game is rigged. It's all bullshit. Why are we even playing? Yet, let's see. D-Hop first TD score like plus 1,500. Okay, I like a bold call on that one.
He didn't even hardly see the field last game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if he's really being used. They have Hollywood Brown now, so they got him back.
Hollywood kind of sucks though. Hollywood can't catch
a football. He's also that's one more bet though. He's caught a ball in the last 2 games in the first drive.
How about Juju? Give me some Juju love right now.
You also.
There we go. Speaking of Juju, receiver totals, AJ Brown over 70, so probably like 75.5 there. Travis Kelce's probably 65.5. Worthy is, about 60. Devonta Smith, 50. I love Devonta Smith over 50 at minus 126. I think he's going to be a guy who's going to have a nice game. He was the leading receiver in the last matchup against the Chiefs. Now, a different Chiefs team. I think the Chiefs defense is a lot better than the last time these 2 teams played. But still, not the best secondary, as our boy Terrell would say. Like, I swear to God, like, some plays it feels like I could play DB for the Chiefs out there. Like, they just look lost some plays. Like, totally clueless on what they're doing. So, not a good team to get lost against if they're going to throw the football.
Yeah, Travie over 60 or 59.5. I don't know. He's been give or take, but he shows up in Super Bowl, so I feel like that could be a good number.
Right, they burned
Goddard over 49.5. Probably a little more than that. It's probably around 51 or something. I don't know. He's had a lot of catches last few weeks, so 6 or 7, I think. So
yeah, he's been their leading receiver in the playoffs. Kelce, like, he lost everybody money last week because I think everybody bet his overs against Buffalo. Like, Kelce over receptions, over receiving, and he did nothing. So he's due to get everybody their money back if you're betting the Travis over. The problem here is the public has been so good this year. Like, Vegas has had probably their worst year ever in sports betting. I know Vermont, like they didn't even make their budget requirements because of how good the public's been this year.
Been
So
a lot of chalk this year. A lot of
yes,
lot of favorites covering a lot of overs.
so that kind of scares me a little bit about all the money's on the Eagles. Vegas might be getting their get back on this one. Like Super Bowl, they clean house. I know they cleaned up because Detroit lost. Like Detroit was where they're most exposed. I heard that like week 12. They're like, if Detroit wins the Super Bowl, Vegas might go bankrupt because everybody bet the Lions on crazy odds. So I feel like there's not a lot of Chiefs tickets out there. Let's go be like, oh, you make the call. Make the call down there. Uh-oh. Get a spot. Here's the spot.
Yeah.
Let's go to props. Let's go to our fun prop. You got a bunch of stuff for us you wanted to go through. Give us your
I've said a couple of them. So I went over the Jalen Hurts, Mahomes rushing yards in the fourth quarter. I think both of those are probably gonna hit. But just me. I don't know anything. We've talked about Dallas Goedert. I like him to score a touchdown plus 325. I don't know if I love this bet, but I think it's decent value. First touchdown position, a quarterback.
Okay. So Mahomes or Hurts.
We're looking tush push there, obviously. But Mahomes doesn't actually run the ball that much, so it probably won't be him. It would have to be a tush push. But I don't know. Plus 450 is not a bad value there. We went over the first touchdown jersey scorer. We talked about pretty much taking Saquon if taking the over. If not, you're taking quarterbacks and receivers. And then obviously taking the over, you're also taking Kelsey Goddard. But interesting one there. If you want Saquon, if you want to bet everything Saquon, you take the over that one. Highest scoring quarter is an interesting one too. So I think in the last couple Super Bowls, it's been either the second quarter or the fourth quarter. Obviously, it makes sense if you have a drive going in the first quarter.
Goes to the second quarter.
It goes. You have a drive going, and you're on the 10-yard line. It's going to go to the second quarter. You're going to have a score in the second quarter, so it makes sense. Second quarter is plus 145. Fourth quarter is 185. So, I don't know. I kind of like the fourth quarter to be the highest scoring quarter. But
do you get overtime with the fourth quarter? Do we get fourth quarter?
No, yeah, I think it's just the fourth. But yeah, just an interesting one to think about. I know it's probably not going to be first or third. Those are like big time odds. I want to look them up, but they're like in the plus like 500-600s if you want first or third quarter. So interesting one there. We went over the passing attempts. Saquon over longest rush 23.5 last 2 weeks. He's got a 60-yarder and a 50-yarder.
He's had 2 60s, I think.
So yeah, like I said, also his birthday. It'll be fun there. And then also winner of the coin toss winning the game. I looked at this one too. I want to say
it's plus 255 KC, plus 320 Philly right now. I'm looking right at it.
So history says, I think the last two. Let me look it up real quick. I think last two, the Chiefs won and they won obviously. I think Chiefs. Yeah, sorry, I have this note right here. Yeah, they won the last two. Chiefs won the coin toss, and they won the game. But the 8 Super Bowls before that was a no.
It was the other way. So, I know the Chiefs ended that.
Yeah, they ended that. No was at 115. I think yes is probably 105 or something, or they're probably even down the middle. So weird one to look at there. If you want to go Chiefs, they've won the toss, won the game. If you want to go history, then
that's surprising. Honestly, that is surprising. You think the team winning the toss would win the game more recently because you're getting the ball at half. You can double dip. You can kind of swing that big possession, especially since Super Bowls are kind of low scoring in the first quarter. How about what do you like on this one? Over 2.5 pass throwers in the game. So a trick play.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a punter throwing for a fourth down. You could have an end around throw. I want to. Who would be the throwers? Who's been throwing?
Kelsey could throw one. I could see Xavier Worthy throwing one. The Eagles, I'm sure somebody can throw. Goddard, I'm sure. Tight ends tend to play quarterback. So Kareem Hunt, can Kareem Hunt throw? Pacheco, could Pacheco?
I don't think so. But
hey man, I say Pacheco can do whatever he wants. except run the football these days.
Yeah, I don't really know who else would throw. I think Devontae Smith has thrown before.
Probably. That sounds
Uh,
right. Let's see. Okay, what do y'all got? Heads or tails? Wait. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. We got some impressive hands-on research for this coin toss.
yeah, so coin toss history. It's been heads the last one. Before that, tails, heads, heads, tails, tails. It's kind of right down. Obviously, it's a coin flip, so it's kind of down the middle. But 52% of the time, it's been tails. So kind of an edge on tails, but it's obviously right down the middle. So don't know really what to say there. It's let's see, yeah, like I said, last 8. Before these last 2 with the Chiefs winning. For that, it was Seattle, Denver. Seattle,
Bad show
Denver was
host.
the last one. Seattle, Denver was the last one that the coin toss winner won the game too. So
Okay, so
it's been a while.
Super Bowl 50. All right.
I was 48. Actually.
Inside research. We have the coin. Heads and tails. We have the official Super Bowl coin. They're kind of lazy. The design aren't as good as they used to be. I don't know, man. The tail side's looking a little heavier. Feels like that might be heads. Feels like it might be heads there. I don't know. But tails never fails. It's easily the stupidest and best bet to bet in the Super Bowl is that coin toss.
Yeah, so I guess let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who's calling the toss. It's been when Kansas City's calling the toss, they've won the last 2. It's been heads tails. So it just, depends on the day.
Philly is calling Kansas City's calling the toss. Philly's the home team. So there you go.
Yeah, it really just comes down to you just want a pure chance bet, then go for the coin toss.
It's fun. There's no edge. There's no
odds.
That's
really it.
Technically, there's edge. Like, I think heads has a slight edge, but that's like a regular coin. Obviously not our coins. Gatorade color, it's now moved to yellow-green at minus 175. Purple was killing early in the week. Apparently, everybody thought it was purple. And now it's
I think it's been purple the last 2 years.
I want to say. And everyone's like, Kobe, like, I don't know. Luka to LA, it's going to be purple.
Let's see. Gatorade color odds, what we got here?
Big Dom. If anybody's going to cheat, it would be, I feel like Big Dom would be like a mafiosa guy. Like, oh, everyone's betting on this color, and he's going to switch the color last second to dump it. Yeah, I just put $5,000 on purple. It's purple. Or orange.
Yeah. Big Dom being the cheater would be the guy.
That would be the guy. How about a scoregami? Ooh, plus 2,500 for a scoregami. I like that. Flea
Would that be a scoregami like in Super Bowls or a scoregami in all games?
Any scoregami. So an NFL game that has never ended in this score. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, jersey number. Jalen Hurts to throw exactly 1 touchdown pass, plus 165. Ooh.
Where's this Gatorade color on here? I can't find it. So I had different odds than you. It was just yesterday, so if it changed so much in one day, it's a little wild.
They got yellow-green minus 175 right now on DraftKings. Purple at plus 300. So if we're still locking in on purple, grab purple on DraftKings right now at plus 300. I'm always picking purple. Let's catch up with the chat a little bit. I've been bad. Let's see.
Yeah, wow, yeah. It's yellow minus 175 on ESPN bet for yellow green.
Somebody must have saw something. All the prep shit going on. Somebody must have saw something.
Wow. That's a big flip.
Like, did you see the stupid tweet going around that's like, it's fixed because they had the graphic up, congratulations, Eagles, Super Bowl champions, like on the LED board. Like, it's fixed. And it's like, no, they probably ran the Chiefs graphic too. They're going to make sure they're not going to be unprepared for when the game's over. They're just getting all the graphics ready.
I wonder how they do it. Do you think it's like they have all the colors and then like one, clubhouse guy or one locker room guy, just like he's in charge of it and he's in charge of he's in charge of the decision making. Like, how does I want to know how it
No, I
works.
think they just have their color. Like they have whatever they drink, and it's whatever one they grab. Like they have a water one. I'm surprised water doesn't have better odds because they could just grab a water one. But I do think they intentionally grab a Gatorade to dunk the coach because it looks better with the colors. So teams do certain colors. That's probably why the yellow green works a lot. I don't know. It's just it's a clubhouse guy. Whoever they make their flavor, whatever flavor they want.
Imagine being in charge of that.
That's big responsibility.
And you can't tell a soul.
You can tell a soul, but you're gonna get in trouble telling a soul.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got? Heads or tails? Mike's hammering heads after a ton of research. He's gonna hammer heads. Vegas
He's been
gonna make
flipping coins all day.
All day. Vegas gonna make a lick off of Saquon. Everyone's betting Saquon. Vegas always makes their money. True.
Simple division, my guy, Scotty Too Hottie. I know you came up with that long shots thing yesterday, but me and Pete talked about that. My sports blog back in college was long shots, so beat you to it.
Let's see. Yeah. I am looking fresh. I did shave the beard. It was getting out of control out there. Red at plus 550 is a steal. I don't think we're having red. No red tea. I mean, the Chiefs are red. I don't think they drink red Gatorade. I feel like
as a clubby myself, red Gatorade's a no-go. And if Jay's in here, he can attend to that. Jay is not. Red is not something they don't use red
because it's stained, right?
Stained. Yeah, you don't use red.
But for a Super Bowl,
but maybe.
What about
if it's
orange?
Chiefs winning or something, then cool.
Orange, okay.
But they're wearing white. Orange is fine. Yeah, we use orange.
All right. How come no blue? Blue also staying?
No, we use blue.
All right, blue plus 700. No Gatorade bath.
I think most players like yellow. That's their. Obviously, if Jay's still in here, he probably isn't, but he can chime in. But
yeah, these are pretty good. Can I bet these? I probably can't bet these in the state we are currently in because Texas is lame. Let's see. Heavy odds. Looking fresh. Damn, I could go for a Gatorade.
Yeah. So last two Chiefs have been purple. Then blue the 2 years before that, Rams, Bucks.
Okay. So maybe Eagles are a yellow green. Maybe everybody's on the Eagles. Eagles
in 18, they were yellow.
There you go.
So that could be it, but let's see. Didn't go back far enough for anything else, but
let's see. Saquon 2+ TDs seems crazy. No, I like Saquon 2+ TDs. Yellow is the most hydrating.
It just feels like it's the most hydrating for some reason.
I don't know. I'm a big purple guy. You know me. I'm purple everywhere. Purple feels like
purple tastes great, but like the yellow just feels like you're getting more hydration out of it. That's just the way it goes.
I got a hot take. People gave me shit because I said I hated red Gatorade yesterday. I was like, I'm not a big red Gatorade guy.
I like red. I mean, I like most Gatorade, but there's one flavor that's either like this is not going to be in the Super Bowl, but like there's one flavor in particular that you either love or hate. Cucumber lime.
Ew.
I don't know if you've ever had that before. I
have not had it. Sounds bad, but
I want to. If anybody in the chats had cucumber lime and they like it, just leave. It's awful. I don't get it.
I'm big clear Gatorade guy too. When I'm sick, big clear guy. What was it? The Arctic Ice or whatever they used to. I miss those old
the cherry ice or whatever. That's pretty good too.
They were blue cherry. They were all over blue cherry yesterday for the Gatorades. We had an in-depth Gatorade conversation last night. New York don't got award props. My preseason picks were Josh Allen and Barkley. Tough. Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. Best bet. Yeah, it's a pretty good bet all there. Let's see. Maybe they have a buffet of different Gatorade colors they pick from.
They might. I'd like to know how it works.
Can we go back to player props and talk like your 2 or 3 favorites? Yeah, our player props we liked Saquon over touchdowns. Saquon just touchdowns in general. Just Saquon. Goddard.
I mean, yeah, obviously like one touchdown's like minus 200, so they're not getting that much value. You'd have to like probably parlay it with something else, but yeah, I feel like that's kind of a lock. But Just me.
All right, Scott, if you want to, there you go. If you want a guaranteed cash, the Lowe's locks lay. Parlay, it's Saquon over 80 rushing yards, Saquon to score a touchdown, and the Eagles plus 13.5. And it's plus money.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that feels automatic.
This game feels like it's going to be a close one the entire way.
It's not going to be
13.5 feels pretty comfortable.
If anybody's getting blown out, it's Kansas City. I don't think Philly's getting blown out. Blue's the best tasting. Everyone's mad at your cucumber lime. Green apple, nasty too.
Yeah, I never had that either, but I would never have that. That's awful.
Purple, PC. I like this. It's hotly contested. Purple here. We got any other good props here? These are some shitty novelty props. I know the anthem from Jean Baptiste is like way too high. It's like
it's 119.5, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like 2 minutes. And the last time he did it at like he did it like the All-Star game or something a few years ago, and it was like 130. So it wasn't even close.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who sung a lot. Wasn't it like Chris Stapleton last year or something?
Yeah.
But I remember, I forgot who it was. But there was also some film on her or him, whoever it was, I don't know. But it was like under hitting no matter what in the overhit. So
yeah,
even if you have film on the person, doesn't matter.
They drag it out, especially if you're filming the prep time. Let's look at some other fun ones. Any team to score 30 plus points. That's the big one. You're a big no on this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, it was Reba McEntire last year.
Oh, there you go, Reba. How could we forget Reba, the legend?
It was set at 1:30.5, and it was 1:34.
Ooh, there you go. Well over. Clear over. It's a clear. So 2 feels high. 2 feels high.
Let's see the history on that real quick.
Yeah, okay, on the anthem.
So we got Reba over. Chris Stapleton was under. 205 was his. He had 201. Mickey Guyton, I don't know who that is, but they went over 152. His or her, whoever it is.
Them. Them. Come on, Scott.
It was the spread was 135. Let's see, another over, under. It's pretty much.
It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
Kind of a crapshoot, but it's over, over have been the last 4. So we're going there.
Like the over. Nola Jazz guy, rip the piano and have some sax blowing. Okay.
I will say this: the last 3 that have been over 2 minutes, the line have been unders.
Okay.
So that's.
And we're right at 2 minutes.
An interesting one. Lady Gaga was over, but it was right on the number. 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
I remember that one. I remember that. Everyone was freaking out.
Yeah, kind of a crapshoot. I wouldn't even. That's just a fun one with your buddies. I wouldn't actually bet money on that one.
Let's see. Looking at completion percentage, Hurts is 67.3. Mahomes is 68.1. Thoughts kind of obscure. Hurts just doesn't throw they don't throw. He doesn't throw a lot. So short passes, easy comps for him. Mahomes is chucking the ball downfield sometimes. Over. I'm not reading that. It is not past midnight for that last one. What the fuck is Will there be an octopus? No, minus 4,000.
That's a good one too.
What is that?
What's the octopus one?
Will there be an octopus? That is
1,400. You know what an octopus is?
No, I assumed like an actual octopus.
No. But that'd be pretty cool.
Oh.
No, an octopus is the same person scoring a touchdown and catching a 2-point conversion.
Okay, there you go. All 8 points. Okay.
Yeah, all 8 points on a
I was expecting, somebody like a Detroit Red Wings fan to chuck an octopus onto
That'd be cool.
onto the field.
An octopus starting plus 1,400. It'd be pretty neat.
Everybody was like, streaker. I was like, yes. And then I was like, no, there was just a terrorist attack in New Orleans. There is no shot anybody's getting on that fucking field.
What's the no on that one?
I didn't see the streaker one.
No,
What
no,
do you have?
not the streak
On
one,
the
the octopus.
octopus,
It's like
minus
minus
4,000.
6,000 or something,
Minus
4,000.
4. Let's see,
Yeah, if
both
you just
teams
want
score.
to put your life savings on that and sweat that out, you can. But
Well, I mean, if they need to go for 2, you go Saquon. I can see
yeah,
that. It's not the worst call.
yeah.
Hurts 2 tush pushes. They push from the 2.
They do the whole commander shit that they did last week.
We're gonna award you points. Fucking.
I want to see if there are there odds on a unsportsmanlike touchdown anywhere.
I don't know. I'm sure
Has
somebody
there ever
has it
been one of
listed.
those?
Who gets awarded that? Do we give it to Nick Sirianni? Nick Sirianni gets credit for the
Just the
touchdown
team.
score.
The team
A team
scored.
touchdown. I wanted to see that. I just wanted to see it for the gambling purposes.
Yeah. Let's see what else is on here.
Longest touchdown, KC minus 105, Eagles minus 110. That kind of makes sense. Neither plus 2,500. No touchdowns in the game. Okay. Both teams to score rushing touchdown.
What is that one? Plus 2,500. Jesus.
No touchdowns in the game.
I kind of like this one. Unique touchdown scores. Total unique touchdown scores. 4.5.
Okay.
So that would be, So that would be probably obviously Saquon, Jalen probably going to get 2, and then you got 3 more and a couple on the other side. So you probably have a Kelsey, Goddard.
Somebody for the.
I think 5 players could score. That's minus 130 to get the over on that one.
You would need a Mahomes rushing touchdown, I think. Like if Mahomes runs one in, you're a lock.
Yeah, because then he throws for 2, and then Jalen has 1, Saquon has 1, probably.
Saquon has 1, or Jalen covers. I would just be worried if you get into a situation where it's like Kelsey has 2 touchdowns. Like they score 4 touchdowns and Kelsey has 3 of them or some shit like that. Let's see. Over 100. There you go. Half a streaker. Let's see. Longest TD equal.
Yeah, the Swift time shown I saw was 11.5, but I'm not certain that was a real number.
They average 12. She averages 12. I thought she had 12 last Super Bowl.
Did he? Oh, wow.
So that's why they probably put it there.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on like BR betting, but I don't know if that was like a real line or not.
Does that count? Like, is that during the game or does that count post game as well? Because if they Chiefs win, it's gonna be when the Chiefs win on a controversial penalty and he proposes on the field after the game and we can confirm the NFL is fixed. It's all over at that point. Let's see. Longest TD Eagles. Saquon breaks 1. Worthy or Hollywood could get Burr, but I like Quan. Maybe even AJ Burns. Watson, no shot. AJ's not going up against Watson. Let's see. Mahomes to throw. Bums Titans fan wants me to do a PFF Titans mock draft after the Super Bowl because he can't afford it. He wants to conduct it. He's going to draft Jackson Dart. That's all I know. It's Dart or bust for the Titans. Mahomes throw a 4th quarter touchdown. That feels like a lock.
Or run for one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably not though.
Winning margin. That's win by 1-6, plus 250, plus 260 for the Eagles. That's the only thing I would bet. That's not a bad bet though.
What do you got on big play Slay catching an interception at plus 1,000?
Ooh.
Potentially his last game.
Probably his last game.
Could be interesting, but probably not. But
props. Let's look at INTs. Yeah, plus 600 over. CJ Gardner-Johnson? No. Reed Blankenship. How about Nick Cooper DeJean plus 750? Give me an exciting white. Give me the exciting whites over here. Reed and Cooper DeJean.
Him or Blankenship would be great.
Yeah. McDuffie. I don't think they're gonna throw at McDuffie. Is the problem? They're just gonna.
He's a plus 8.
What is the sack totals at?
Do you have like what's the big play Slay just touchdowns to get a touchdown?
Oh my goodness.
Is that on there anywhere?
Let's see. Touchdown scores.
I saw somebody put a Carson Steele MVP bet in.
What does that one pay?
Oh God, I don't even know.
How about an Anaya Smith touchdown at plus 15,000?
That'd be
Our
neat.
guy.
That'd be cool.
Not gonna happen. You can only bet straight defense. You can bet a defensive score though.
Mm.
Plus 20, plus 3,000 for the Eagles, plus 3,500 for the Chiefs. Shit.
Could have take a MVP Samaj AP Ryan at plus 50,000.
That feels like a stretch. I'm gonna be honest. That feels like.
Maybe get the big fourth down at the end of
the big conversion.
Conversion at the end of the game.
I
in
do
a 3-0 game.
Hey man, I might as well just bet Carson Wentz at that point. First drive result: punt at plus 125. The favorite touchdown plus 190 for the Chiefs.
Like
first drive result.
Like I said, my field goal is the one I like.
So plus 330 or field goal attempt. Yeah.
I do like that one from I'm Chich, the over an interception for Mahomes.
All right. Yeah. He don't turn the ball over.
He doesn't in Super Bowls. He'll do it one time. Like you said, 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. He'll throw one. If he's thrown over 35 times, I mean that's pretty good odds to throw one.
And the Eagles turn people over too. The Eagles turn guys over a lot. Okay, Mahomes. Let's see, first drive punt. Eagles punt. I like that. Let's just get punts going, man. Has spreads. Oh, I like as it's called now, the Cousin Sal special. Eagles for the half, Chiefs for the game. So you bet Eagles first half, Chiefs to win the game.
Could be interesting.
Cousin Sal special.
What's my take on Justin Fields?
Oh my God.
I mean, he's not sticking with the Steelers, that's for sure. He's gone.
Oh, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
He's not the guy.
Thank you.
He's not that guy, pal.
No, we got Justin Fields Sims over here.
Not that guy, pal.
Let's see. Mahomes due for a pick. He's had like one since week 11 or 12, something like that. He did have the fumble. Mahomes last week. So they were due for a turnover. They didn't have a turnover as a team since like November. The Chiefs. They had like something ridiculous in a row. Chiefs total points. Where's their total sitting at? Like 24. So if the Chiefs are at 24 and the Eagles are at 20. Okay, there you go. That makes sense. 24, 24, 48 exact team totals. How much money can I get on an exacto? Okay.
Look at these other ones.
Okay. I might bet that exact score. Awards. Oh my God. What were the award numbers? First to get a first down. Dumb. First down. Ooh, first down of the game. Travis Kelce plus 850. Chiefs win the toss.
There's some interesting specials on DraftKings too. Saquon to have a 50-plus rushing, 50-yard rush, plus 350.
That's a good line.
Just breaks one open. Why not?
Like the Swifty specials. I love that.
Yeah.
Chiefs lead by 14 plus points. Ooh, I don't think so. I would take the Eagles lead by 14 before the Chiefs do.
Yeah, I do have the Chiefs winning, but that plus 13.5 is pretty juicy. So I do like that that parlay.
Ooh, Saquon to have 20 plus rush yards in each quarter, plus 350. That's good juice right there. Let's see. Oh God, they've gone off the fields the Russ. Now they got Jalen Milroe. Talk about Joe Milton.
We're just going off the rails in this chat now.
Oh, the chat, just the quarterbacks the chat likes is just
we've lost it.
Floor.
We've lost the chat.
You'll just feel it. Who you got winning? You got the Chiefs, right? You're taking the Chiefs, Scott.
Yeah.
Now they're bitch down quarterback. Tail on the lock.
So what was that parlay again? I'm gonna look it up because I might actually bet that. What was that again? So
it was Saquon over 80.
How do you even get a line of plus 13?
Well, you can tease it down too. He said you can get like plus 10.5, plus 7.5 if you want better odds.
You can do on ESPN Bet. You only go to 9.
I don't know if it was. It might have been hard. Was it actual? It might have been the Hard Rock.
Oh,
it might have been Florida. Cam Ward.
Was it Saquon plus over 80 and then
Saquon over 80? Saquon touchdown. Eagles plus 13.5. But you can do plus less if you think it's gonna be if you don't need the points. Yeah, now they're bitching about the QBs. Slam it right now, Scott.
I'm gonna look into it.
Jackson Dart, Jameis, good announce. Yes, Jameis. We said we already have the next Barstool show with Jameis and John Gruden. Just did you see Jameis was riding around on a bike? He was like on the bike taxi today, singing to people.
I believe it. It doesn't shock me at all.
He was going around serenading people in song. Just be like, oh, I love Jameis.
Okay, DK, you can go to 13.5. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Touchdown score Saquon. Okay. You can't combine it on DraftKings.
You can't?
Nope.
Damn.
Elite Division's killing me right now.
Yeah, for real.
Killing me. Giving me stuff I can't even bet.
You can't even bet anyway, Scott. You're a good boy. Would never break the law.
Nope, never would. Never have.
Never have. True. You've never, except that time you streamed blackjack for Michigan.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We're gonna get on stake, right? We're just gonna get on stake and play Plinko or Rocket Man. We're just gonna degenerate. It's that Mahomes have 5+ rush yards in each quarter. No, I hate that. Saquon 1 receiving, 1 rushing, plus 1,000. No, Saquon can't catch. Travis Kelce first on the Chiefs' first drive. Chiefs win by 22. Yikes. Kelce 5+ rushing yards. Kelce couldn't run for 5 yards if his life depended on it. He's so fat now. 200 passing yards from Hurts in the first half. Whoa. Xavier Worthy to have 50+ yard reception. Jalen Hurts 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Kareem Hunt 19 rushing attempts and 89 yards.
You won't have 19. There's no way.
Yeah, feels high.
If he barely breaks double digits a game.
Worthy to have 10 receptions and a rushing attempt. It feels like too many receptions. Chiefs win and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce to combine for all of the Chiefs' touchdowns. No.
I mean, you're going in the thousands now, so
yeah, but
can't imagine any of those winning.
Travis Kelce to score the first and last TD. That's not the worst at plus 9,000. That's not the worst. Kelce to catch the first one.
Definitely a long shot, but of the long shots, that's not too bad.
Yeah, because I could definitely see Kelce catch it. He caught the first touchdown last game against the Eagles, and he could definitely catch the last touchdown in a go-to spot. But you would think they would.
That's quite the sweat, though. The entire game, you're sweating that one.
Not really.
I mean, kind of. First and last, you're pretty
Well, if
sweaty.
he catches the first one, you're like, fuck it. We'll see where the game ends.
That's true.
What was there was another one. Last touchdown scorer to win the game is
Yeah.
also like decent odds because it doesn't always happen, obviously.
Saquon Barkley to score 5 touchdowns plus 15,000.
I like it. Let's hammer Saquon on the single greatest. He's going to break every rushing record in the Super Bowl.
Just bet $1 on that.
If anybody gives you 10,000 to 1, you take it.
Yeah, that's rule number 1.
Let's see. What's the chat? They're shitting on Milrow.
Lost him.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans fans or Tennessee fans going back. It seems you like old piss. Plot twist: Kelsey catches first and last because it's the only touchdown. Oh, Chiefs win 7-3. Oh, first and last touchdown because it's one.
That would work.
That would work. I like that. Mike with the great plot twist. For fun, I'd parlay Saquon first and last TD with the Super Bowl MVP and an Eagles money line.
I'm not even sure you can do that.
I don't like Saquon for a last TD. I think it's going to be Hurts. They'll tush push. Oh. All right. Do we have anything else we want to go over on this? I feel like
we've touched everything.
We've talked about as much Super Bowl betting as we possibly can, which is good.
Last touchdown. What do you have? MVP and Eagles money line. Let's see what that would be. If that's even possible.
We could definitely bet 2 of those things.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't parlay the you can't have the MVP in there on no, but it's still plus 3,300 for first, last, and money line.
But I guess that makes sense because it's kind of a given. Like if you take like Saquon MVP, all the Saquon overs in the MVP, it's gonna hit if you get the overs. Unless they lose the game. That is the thing. Each team to score a rushing and a passing touchdown. I like that at plus 220. That feels like free money.
Yeah, there was one on ESPN. It was like first, but each team to score a rushing and receiving in each half, and you're like,
yes, here we go.
That's so many touchdowns. Like, no, that's not heavy. No way.
Each team to score a touchdown in the first half and a field goal in the first half. I don't hate that either. Plus 300.
The sacks one's interesting because I think it went over last year. It was 5.5
for the game.
Yeah.
Sacks individuals can I get?
It's been around 4 and 5 the last few Super Bowls. I looked at that too, but
what's this DraftKings special? Eagles money line. Eagles over 23.5, over 2.5 team touchdowns plus 168. Chiefs money line. Chiefs total points. Chiefs total touchdowns. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna stick with the team. Stick with a team right there. All right. I think that's good enough. I'm surprised. I thought this was going to take us a lot longer. Chat was going it.
Yeah, we're losing them, so it might be time.
This is how the chat devolves, though. We will start with Super Bowl talk, and we'll be running mock drafts by the end of the night with everybody. We'll be looking at salary cap. We were just making fun of we went on a 45-minute just making fun of the New Orleans Saints on how bad their cap is, and they can't get out of it. Let's see.
Sack props real quick. I can't find them.
Yeah, sacks taken. Both QBs are 2.5. Sacks taken scares me, man. Yeah, Mahomes is 3 out of 4 in Super Bowls.
Jalen gets sacked too.
Yeah, Jalen definitely gets sacked, especially if they get in 3rd and longs or 2nd and longs. He takes a lot on 2nd down.
Yeah.
Are proffer booths and promos state to state? I get shit ones. Yeah, probably, Joe. State to state, offer to offer.
Yeah, definitely.
Balance out the under a little bit to be exactly. Myles Garrett will be a Buffalo Bill. You're right, guys. Ooh, Myles. Is that on the futures list? Can I look at the future? Do we have futures on Myles Garrett team? Super Bowl futures, 2026 futures. How am I Vikings? Plus 4,000. Lock it in, JJ McCarthy, baby. Yeah. Cross sport specials. There we go. This is what we should have gotten into, the cross sports specials. Here, can I get a like a Chiefs money line and a Luka over 20 points in his debut? Can I get a Luka
Yeah,
Chiefs
there was
parlay?
I saw one. There was like a Tyrese Maxey like over 3-pointers,
With the
or
Eagles?
more 3-pointers, or Jalen Hurts over touchdowns or something.
We go, which
Interesting one.
Mahomes passing attempts or Giannis points scored versus the Sixers? Mahomes minus 200 though, probably. Giannis to put up a 40 piece. He does like to play against the Sixers though. More points in the first quarter, the Chiefs or Cade Cunningham?
Oof.
Void if Cade Cunningham doesn't start.
Cade Cunningham's a bucket, so
He is but it's only the first quarter.
he handles the ball every possession.
There you go. Here we go. Who will have more? Dallas Goedert receptions or Tyrese Maxey made threes?
Yeah, it was that one. That's what it was.
Goddard receptions minus 125.
Yeah, I do like the Chiefs, but I also do like Eagles plus 13.5. So I would take
Saquon plus 450. Saquon to score 3 touchdowns or Tyrese Maxey to make 6 threes.
Oh,
You
God.
get an either or right there.
Or
Eagles combined, Tyrese Maxey and Eagles points versus the Chiefs over 49.5 minus 135, over 54.5 at plus 130. How come there's no Luke?
I mean, Maxey's an automatic 30 right now, so go ahead and subtract that.
This is true, but is he an automatic 30 with piece of shit back in the lineup?
Still is, yeah. He's done the last 2 games.
Ooh,
still an auto 30.
How about this one? Passing yard playoff leaders, most receiving yards. Goddard's at minus 125. But if Goddard doesn't have a good game, Diami Brown is currently the leader at he's plus 250, and he currently leads the playoff in receiving yards.
That's wild.
Yeah, let's look how many I want to look how many yards Dallas Goedert has had.
Ooh, longest punt.
Ooh, Braden Mann, our guy who sucks sometimes.
55.5 for the Eagles, 56.5 for the Chiefs.
That feels like a long punt for Braden Mann. 188. Let me go NFL playoff leaders.
Gross punt yardage.
Oh my god, ESPN with these fucking ads. Here we go.
You can bet the quarter of the first sack.
Half a sack?
No, just a sack. So it'd be obviously be a full one, but first quarter is minus 185.
Okay. So
there's not one until the fourth quarter plus 2 to 2,500. That's wild.
That is wild. Okay, so Goddard needs like 31 yards to win most receiving yards. I don't know. Let's see. Receiving touchdowns.
We got that.
A lock. Passing touchdowns. Jaden Daniels pretty much a lock. Most passing yards. Jaden Daniels a lock. 2025 draft. Cam Ward, number 1 pick.
Won't be Shadur Sanders. He's fucking trash.
Yeah, nobody has Shadur Sanders that high, but the Giants will.
I know, but he's garbage. I don't know why he thinks he's better.
Is this, 2025, 2026. Let's see. Lamar, the MVP favorite next year with Josh Allen. I'm not betting either of those two. Joe Burrow, there's your MVP next year. Or Jaden Daniels. Taking the run back. All right, let's catch up with the chat real quick. Everybody hit the like button. I'm way behind. And then we're going to wrap it up. We went off the rails. Let's see. We need him in Detroit, but it costs too much. Good. He's not going to Detroit. Scott, if you don't want anything to do with the Eagles covering because you're taking the Chiefs money line, then do Chiefs plus 7.5. Saquon 80 yards. Saquon touchdown. Mahomes passing touchdown.
I mean, like I said, Eagles plus 13.5, totally fine.
Yeah. Sadly, Miles will be a commander. Ooh. Yeah, his eyes lit up when Miles said he was talking about Washington. Brad Holmes, big balls. Yeah, but he tends to draft. He doesn't make free agent moves. Giannis, 20 points, 7 rebounds. Lillard, 15 plus 1 made 3. Maxey, 15 points. I can't fucking bet basketball these days. It's so garbage. Got a crazy bet before they took it off. Barkley, 10 plus rushing yards each quarter plus
I
290.
like that.
That's crazy good odds. They have 20 at plus 250 or something like that.
That was a good find.
There's someone out there in the middle, with De'Ami Brown receiving yards leadership for 50K, clenching his ass cheeks this Sunday. Nobody bet 50 grand on De'Ami. I mean, maybe they bet $10 and it paid 50 grand going into the postseason on De'Ami Brown as the playoff yards receiver. Clenching them cheeks. If we pick Cam Ward, yep. TJ Watt favored for defensive player of the year. They got real mad when I said TJ Watt might get traded or cut yesterday too.
Oof.
They saved $21 million by getting rid of him. That's a big number.
I mean, they've been saving a lot of money on a quarterback.
Yeah, and there's no options for quarterbacks either. Sam Darnold's going to be expensive to go to Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Miles is a Titan. MVP next year, Drake May. Yeah.
God.
How about we fade Travis Kelce? I'm worried about fading Travis Kelce. Like, Travis Kelce burned everybody was on the Kelce train last week against Buffalo, and he blew up in their face. So now I don't want to fade him. I'm not fade. I think it's going to be a good game. I'd fade Jalen Hurts if I'm fading anybody.
I don't know if I just kind of feel like Travis Kelce is the guy that everyone would pick and he'd let everyone down. He's the one guy.
True.
That would
Saquon,
happen.
not a letdown guy. Not a letdown
No.
guy.
Definitely not.
But maybe
Just Fields MVP ticket. God. Oh man.
Let's see. Steelers, though, they would die having no offensive, so their culture is defense. They could stay alive. They don't have my Justin Fields MVP ticket. Holy shit. Yeah. My guy's convinced Justin Fields is the future. He's the truth. You know.
He can't throw the ball.
That's my problem with him.
He has the dumbest arm motion throwing a ball I've ever seen.
That's not true. We've seen Tim Tebow and we've seen J-Mo throw a football.
True. Maybe not ever seen, but recently.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
It's pushing
definitely.
It's pushing it. All right. Do we have what are the Super Bowl futures everybody wanted? Next year. How bad are the Titans? My boy, it's plus 20,000. Yeah. It's worst odds with the Brownies. Rip. Scott doesn't have a team. Scott doesn't like it.
I'm just a pure football guy.
Football. He's a big John Gruden
football, baseball, basketball guy.
Jim Harbaugh was like, I root for, if I'm not playing the Ravens, I root for my brother. I root for the Ravens. I root for Michigan. I root for my son who coaches in Seattle. But if not, I just root for whoever's playing hardest in the game. That's who I root for. I was like, okay, Jim.
I mean, if there's one team that would die hard, we know it's Utah Jazz. So
yeah, unfortunate, and they don't have a basketball team.
That's the one
currently.
team.
They do not have a basketball team currently.
Yeah, we got Dennis Schroeder.
No,
actually, he got traded. He got traded
again. Schroeder's been on 4 teams in 24 hours. He's having a hell of a time.
It's so funny seeing like the Jazz in every single trade. They're always involved.
Picking up picks, man. Picking up. What are they doing? Like, they still have Lauri Markkanen. What is going on? Are they gonna get Cooper Flag?
They might. Oh, they'd have all kinds of white people. My God, they have Filipowski. They have Lauri Markkanen. And they have Cooper Flag. My God, it's crazy.
That's only professional sports teams. Obviously, you ride or die for your Aggies. Obviously,
sure.
You see, we got the kiss of death for the baseball. Number 1 ranked team, most picked team to win the national championship.
Oh,
Kiss of death.
I think our odds are only like plus 300.
Yeah, I mean, we should win. We have the best team by a lot. By a lot. But we'll see. Basketball team's good, though. I'm liking our odds. That one, I saw it was like a 9% chance for us to make the Final Four. I was like, I think it's a little bit better than that. It was like the same odds as Baylor. It's like fucking Baylor. Like sixth. Let's see. I do like CJ next year for MVP, by the way. Ooh, maybe new offense.
Long shot, but he'll get his boys back.
Two of no,
He'll
just
get
no,
Diggs and Dell back.
Diggs is a free agent.
Oh, is he? Well, he'll probably sign back.
Yeah. Tebow, best college football quarterback of all time. Number 2 better. Receiving yards, Worthy and Devonta over under 108. I kind of like the over on that one. Lagway for Heisman. Okay. I like 2026. Lagway for Heisman. Weird way to say Jeremiah Smith. Okay, now they're making fun of you for liking the Jazz. Hurts under 4.1 yards per carry could be solid. Yeah, that feels a little high. Inside joke, I call him scrotum.
Oh man.
Just like the Mahomes. I'm a Bulls. Mike's a Bulls fan. They've been rebuilding for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Tennessee over Duke. Tennessee over Aggie baseball. We learned that last year. Yeah, A&M should have won. They had a guy who was leaving their team, and they still almost won. It's probably the most incredible effort ever. And God, I fucking hate that douchebag for Tennessee. That guy's a prick. Let's see.
I'm not going to forget to lock the lay.
All right, Scott's locking the lay.
Get it in there. I'll send Pete the receipt.
All right, I'll post it in the Scott. Just get in the new Discord, okay?
All right.
We got a channel Discord now. Where
wow.
People talk shit. It's in the link on all of the descriptions. Let's see. Titans are like the Bills, permanently rebuilding. I think they drafted Buka, signed Trey Smith in the offseason. No, we're signing Trey Smith. Trey Smith's going to be a Minnesota Viking. Tough. Nashville's chill, yes. That's what we're talking about. All right. That's going to do it for us, guys. It's late. It's been long. We covered literally everything about this Super Bowl.
Everything and everything else.
Yes, everything and everything else. I mean, trust me, we could divulge forever. That's going to do it for us tonight. Scott, thank you for stopping by. As always.
Of course. Have fun.
Probably be back on. I don't know. We got March Madness coming up. We can just fuck around. I'm going to be live all day one of those days. Watching basketball. We have a couple of ideas for some more live streams. Be it Scott. I told Scott we need to do the 999 challenge for a live stream. Throw down 9 beers, 9 dogs, and watch a baseball game in 9 innings. But what's the point of baseball anymore this year? The Dodgers have already won the World Series. Just to them at this point, unless they all die.
Even then, they still have enough players.
Well, if they lose, I mean, they may not have enough offense. They definitely have enough arms to lose 4 guys.
Yeah.
The rotation in the bullpen's good enough to keep going. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, my official Super Bowl pick will be out tomorrow morning. It's all ready to go. Just got to finish. I got to record and end it. I have the ending. I got to record an outro, and then it'll be good to go. I will be live Sunday night post Super Bowl. We might be live all night to break it all down. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. Live streams. The short just dropped at 11. We had a cool short about our man Joe Burrow and his Comeback Player of the Year award. Lots of good stuff. More stuff coming. Appreciate everybody. Again,